with educational and meditative, named her publishing house after. Here's an interesting fact. It's Greek etymology. The word psyche, spelled out, has two meanings in ancient Greek. It means soul, and it means butterfly. But those aren't two different definitions. It's the same word describing the same thing. Homer used it to mean the ghost of a departed person, the soul leaving the body. In Greek mythology, the soul was depicted as the butterfly leaving the body at death. The goddess Psyche, the personification of the human soul, is depicted with butterfly wings. The connection between butterfly and soul in the Western tradition is supposedly 2,000 years old. Am I a man who dreamt of being a butterfly? Or a butterfly dreaming of being a man? The monarch butterfly's migration maps the soul's journey. The caterpillar becomes nothing, completely dissolves inside the chrysalis, and reconstitutes as something capable of flight. The program didn't invent the symbol was already doing the work. Okay, but it gets crazy, because in 1945, Walt Disney hired Aldous Huxley to write the screenplay for Alice in Wonderland. Aldous Huxley, who had written Brave New World, Huxley wrote the treatment and the draft. Disney rejected it as too literary, but used the same source text for the 1951 film. Walt Disney was an FBI informant from 1940 until his death in 1966. Disney released Alice in Wonderland in 1951. And the CIA launched MK Ultra in 1953. Keep that in mind. A great example of the Alice template is The Wizard of Oz, 1939. You guys know the movie, so I'm not going to break it down. But how does it start? A traumatic event, a tornado. And when it's over, she wakes up in another world. Kansas is the baseline. Oz is the altered state. Over the Rainbow moves her between the two. She's guided down a specific path toward a man behind a curtain who controls everything. And to get back, she clicks her heels 3 times and repeats a phrase. There's no place like home. Do you get it? 3 repetitions, click, then the subject returns to the baseline. Remember how the movie ends? She wakes up in her bed, and the same men from her dream are all standing around her, staring down at her. The men in Oz were the men in her real life the entire time. She just didn't know it. And keep in mind, the girl who sang Over the Rainbow, Judy Garland. She was 16. MGM had her on amphetamines to keep her awake for 18-hour shoots, and barbiturates to put her to sleep afterwards. They controlled what she ate, what she weighed, her entire life. She was 16. MGM had her on amphetamines to keep her awake for 18-hour shoots, and barbiturates to put her to sleep afterwards. They controlled what she ate, what she weighed, her entire life. She died at 47 from an overdose. O'Brien documented Over the Rainbow by name as a trigger phase used in programming sessions. The 1939 film gave an entire generation the same internal landscape. Okay, but what makes this so insane is this connects with the files. Jeffrey Epstein named his trust the Caterpillar Trust and the Butterfly Trust, set up in sequence. There is a wire instruction document in federal court submitted bank records where money moves from the Caterpillar Trust directly into the 2013 Butterfly Trust. The caterpillar feeds the butterfly. The conditioning sequence made into a legal financial cascade. EFTA 014-23947. The Butterfly Trust had a JP Morgan suspicious activity report filed on it for $1.08 billion, flagged for sex trafficking. Ghislaine Maxwell, whose own Deutsche Bank account was called Butterfly, was the original founding beneficiary. She was quietly removed in November 2014, 4 years before any arrest, as civil lawsuits began to mount. Then there's this, EFTA 01660651, an FBI tip log with some reporting before any arrest, as civil lawsuits began to mount. Then there's this, EFTA 01660651, an FBI tip log with some reporting they were taken to Epstein's island by boat and given what they described as chemically induced amnesia. EFTA 019354948, a message from February 2014, where Epstein personally texts Joy Ito about trying TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation, for what he calls, and I'm quoting,